Hello there, Year 7s. We're in Stage 4, and today I'm going to deal with this story in Basilica. Remember, Hermogenes borrowed some money and failed to give it back, so it's got to go to court. Also, there's a page called About the Language, which I'll talk about for a couple of minutes and show you some activities you can do based on that page and other stuff in Stage 4. So, in Basilica, I don't want to do it the old-fashioned way, looking at the vocab, looking things up in the back. I'm just going to go to resources and I'm going to explore in Basilica. So, we're in court, the Iudex, intracts, the Basilicam. The judge has to ask this simple question, quis es tu, and Caecilius has to say who he is. There's his full name. He's got 3 names because he's a Pompeian citizen, he's a Roman citizen, he must have 3 names. The judge has to check on his citizenship. Caecilius says, yep, I am. One of the big challenges when translating Latin is to spell the word Pompeian correctly. It's spelt just like that Latin word without the us, or you can say a citizen of Pompeii. Anyway, the judge says, quid tu agis? What do you do in urbe? And every day, says Caecilius, ego venio ad forum, ego sum argentarius. Why, asked the judge, cur tu venis? Why do you venis today to the Basilicam? Hermogenes debet. A debt is something you owe. It's from the Latin word debet. So Hermogenes debet multam pecuniam. Hermogenes non reddit the pecuniam. Hermogenes bursts out, shouting in court, Caecilius est mendax. The judge is startled and says, quis es tu ego sum Hermogenes? So we have to go through the same rigmarole. The judge has to get Hermogenes to identify himself. Quid tu agis in urbe, ego negotium in foro, ego sum mercator. Quid tu respondes? What tu respondes? It's a question, notice. Tu debes pecuniam? And Hermogenes says, non debeo pecuniam. Amicus meus est testis. Testis meaning a witness. So he's brought a witness. And the friend says, ego sum testis. Hermogenes pecuniam non debet. Caecilius est mendax. No doubt the slave dealer's given this friend some money to lie in court. And then Hermogenes is going to be in the clear, he hopes. But Caecilius says, tu Hermogenes es mendax. Notice that es in Latin means you are. Tu es means you are. But you could just have es on its own. It would still in Latin mean, to a Roman, you are. Es mendax. Amicus tuos quoque also is a mendax. Tu pecuniam non redis. Satis, says the judge. Tu accusas Hermogenem, but non probas, but you don't prove your case. You don't prove the matter. This is where the wax tablet comes in handy. Ego habeo ceram. Tu vides. You can see. You see the signum in the cera. Hermogenes begins to realise the game is up. Eheu, he says. Hermogenes, tu annulum habes. The judge needs to check that the imprint in the wax is the same as the seal on the ring. And Caecilius points out, look, what he's doing, Hermogenes celat, his annulum. Where is this annulus? Look, The annulus rem probat proves the matter, ego convinco. I convict Hermogenem. Okay, so that's the story in Basilica, straightforward enough. Then about the language, introducing the words I and you. Also, it says very importantly, ego and tu, I and you, are not strictly necessary, since the endings o or s make it clear that I and you are performing the action of the sentence. The Romans generally used ego and tu for emphasis. If you do Spanish, you should know that. Bailo means I dance. Juego means I play. And juegas means you play. And bailas means you dance. You don't need to say tu. You don't need to say yo in Spanish. So anyway, so that's about the language. That's all very straightforward. But let's look at the resources here. You've got various things you can do in this stage. It's never clear what WE stands for, but I think it stands for word endings. If we click on that, a sentence comes up in English and you have to translate it into Latin, and you have to choose between habes and habeo. Well, ego, habeo. O on the end means I, so I click on habeo, I check that, and I chose the correct option, and there are more for you to do there. So that's word endings. Let's see what else we could do. Which person? SW stands for sorting words. Some words mean I, some words mean you. So if I put Venice in you and Coquo in I, O on the end means I do something, S on the end means you do something. I've got to be consistent. Dormio, that means sleep. Laboro, that means work. Habeo, that means have. Ambulas, that means you do something. Curis, you do something. Sedes, you do something. I've got them all right. It tells me. O on the end always means I cook, I sleep, I work, I have. S on the end always means you come, you walk, you run, you sit. And there's other questions for you to try. So that's sorting words. Was there anything else? Nouns or verbs? That's something else to sort out. So have a go at that. And finally, whose action? Somebody currits. Is it the servus? Is it ego? Is it tu? Well, I'll tell you now, servus currit. But what I have to do is type in a translation. So I'm going to put the slave runs. I'm going to check it and it says, perfect, well done, do the next one. So there you go. There's plenty to do on pages 44 and 45 of stage 4. I'll leave you there to get on with that.